My girlfriend and her friends baked a hear me out cake. My dad was on it. For quick context, the hear me out cake trend is when you put photos of random people you'd get with on a cake. They're usually supposed to be funny or whimsical. So when I went to visit my girlfriend's apartment the morning after her girls' night sleepover, just trying to surprise them with breakfast, I found a hear me out cake in the middle of the room. And right there between King Julian and Gordon Ramsay was a printed photo of my 48-year-old divorced dad. Not a celebrity who looked like him. The photo from his LinkedIn profile where he's wearing that navy polo shirt I got him for Father's Day. My stomach dropped. I stood there holding grocery bags full of pancake mix and bacon, staring at this cake like it was going to explain itself. My girlfriend Giselle and her friends were still asleep. Who put him there? Which one of these women thought about my father that way? I needed air, but also answers. I stumbled into the kitchen just trying to process this when my girlfriend's friend Carol walked in behind me, clearly hungover, reaching for the coffee maker. She froze when she saw my face. "Morning," she said, her voice pitched too high with what sounded like guilt. "You're here early, Carol." I turned to face her fully. "Was it you? Did you put my dad on that cake?" Her face went red immediately. "It wasn't me. I'm engaged. Why would I even do that?" But she was fidgeting with her engagement ring, avoiding my eyes. She kept going. "Look, age gaps are totally normal now, like everywhere. It's basically trendy." My chest felt tight. "She was suspect number one," I said. "What does that have to do with anything?" "Nothing. Just that your dad's actually really sweet when you get to know him." She practically ran out of the kitchen, not wanting to answer any more questions. Sweet? When did Carol get to know my dad well enough to call him sweet? I followed her out, but she disappeared into the bathroom. That's when another girl appeared from the balcony. She was the youngest of the group at 21, with a vape in her hand. "Oh!" she exclaimed as soon as she saw me, her face a mixture of shock and horror. Hey, I guess. What's up?" I responded. "So who's responsible for my dad being on the cake?" She was trying to walk away from me now, mumbling, "Your girlfriend Giselle should really be the one to explain." "To explain what? Why is my father on a cake? Was it you?" Look, when the person put it down, I thought it was weird too, but like, "Have you seen your dad lately?" She actually smiled a little before catching herself. What does that even mean? Now I was convinced it was her. Nothing. Just that he's been working out and that beard really suits him. Plus the pottery class thing is actually kind of hot. Pottery class? How did you even know he took a pottery class? My head was spinning with stress. It seemed like everyone was guilty. The 21-year-old left the room before I could say anything else. Luckily, 10 minutes later, my girlfriend Giselle finally came out of her room, mascara smudged, hair a mess. As soon as she saw me, she burst into tears. That confused me more than anything. Could she really have been the one to say she wants to F my father? Even the thought sounded wrong. "We need to talk," she said, pulling me into her bedroom. Click. She locked the door behind us and kept talking. I never meant for this to happen. It just started as a joke, so it was her. My girlfriend wanted my dad. "Giselle, what the hell? Someone noticed how good your dad looked at your birthday dinner." She was talking fast like all guilty people do, and tears were streaming down her face. Then we kept talking about it, and one thing led to another, and she just put it down on the cake. "She put it down on the cake?" I interrupted. "You mean you put my dad down on the cake?" Giselle's eyes went wide. "No, it wasn't me," she screamed. "I think we need to talk to your dad about this." I knew she wasn't going to confess if I kept asking, so I followed her to the car and drove us both to my dad's house. The drive there was completely silent other than the song Stacy's Mom playing on the car speaker, which seemed fitting. Dad opened the door before we even knocked. He looked nervous but not surprised, like he'd been expecting us. "Come in." His voice was shaky. That's when I saw her. A woman standing behind him in his kitchen in a long Victoria's Secret bathrobe. I had to stare at her for 20 seconds before I finally recognized her. It was Giselle's 45-year-old friend from pottery class. "Son, we've been waiting for the right time to tell you," Dad said. The woman stepped forward, her hand finding my dad's. "I'm the one who put your dad on the cake because I'm in love with him." Everything clicked at once. She must have come to my dad's house when the sleepover ended. Giselle touched my arm. "They've been dating for 4 months. I've been helping them keep it quiet because they wanted to be sure it was real before telling you." 6 months later, I was the best man at their wedding. Instead of a traditional cake, the 45-year-old had made a hear me out cake with her photo on it.